Former Democrat donor John Morgan joins me now. John, I was thrilled to talk with you. I spoke with you over Thanksgiving, and you left the Democratic Party. But, you are a huge former donor to the party, and I'm still interested in your thoughts and your assessment as to how candidates are doing now, potential candidates. We have a picture of a few that I think is representative of your former party. You have the Stephen A. Smith outsider. You have the Gavin Newsom, who's moderating more. And then you have the Tim Walz, who's kind of sticking to this progressive lane. I'm curious of your assessment of these three individuals, these three lanes.
Well, no chance, no chance, and no chance. Okay. Gavin Newsom is trading in everything he ever was before. He was the one wanting to have reparations for $350,000 per person. He was the king of DEI. He was the king of woke. And now he's saying, forget what I said, like the Etch-a-Sketch. Walt's the guy that she picked to be vice president. Why did she pick him? Why did I think she should have picked Shapiro? She should have picked Kelly. She should have picked Whitmer. People that don't pick strong people are threatened. A's hire B's and B's hire C's. And before you know it, you got a no company. And finally, Stephen A. Smith, he's very, very entertaining, but, that dog won't hunt.
That dog won't hunt. My dad uses that line too. No chance, no chance, no chance is not necessarily a rosy assessment. I do want to bring this up. You, in February, sent out that you were starting a new party in the state of Florida. You're calling it the Capitalist Party. People have been saying you may run for governor. And I want to hear more about whether you're actually doing that, if you're ready to reveal that. But I also want to know, as someone who's donated millions to the Democratic Party, raised tens of millions, are Democrats calling you saying, don't do this? You're going to cost us the governor's mansion?
Some of them are calling me and saying, do it, we'll vote for you. Look, the Democratic Party is broken, and here's why. And it's not a bad thing. When you start saying we're Democrat socialist and we're Democrat capitalist, those are two different parties. That's not who I am. I was a Bill Clinton Democrat. That's who I was. What I know in Florida is this: I ran 2 constitutional amendments. I legalized medical marijuana, and I raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour, 63%, 73%. What I found was most of us agree on most things when you take the R&D down. There's a whole bunch of us stuck in the middle. Remember that song, Clowns to the Left of Me, Jokers to the Right, Stuck in the Middle? There's a whole bunch of us, maybe a third of us, that are not necessarily Democratic socialists and are not necessarily rhinos. We are populists that believe, what I believe that the biggest threat to America is income inequality. That's what people are mad about on both sides. And so my thought is, what if, and you got to have a party, you got to have a team to be part of, what if you had a new party? I called it capitalist. Everybody says they don't like the word capitalist. I love the word capitalist. But I'm thinking about it only if it was in a special situation where I thought I had a chance. I'm not going to engage in fool's errands.
Well, I was going to follow up with, are you actually going to run for governor? But you are one of the few people in politics who actually answered that question. So, John Morgan, thank you. I really appreciate your insight into your former party.
You're very welcome.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.